Okay, hello, this is the last video. We're going to put the finishing touches on this crazy header here. We want to get this hero image filling up this full height of the graphic part of the logo. So I waited on doing this because I knew that what we do here is going to change because of what we did for the tablet and desktop versions, where we introduced this picture element to swap out the square and rectangular images. So we're going to have to do a little more work than we would have normally done because of this picture element here. But the basic idea is that we are going to figure out exactly how big our rows need to be, because remember we still we left them at 1 FR 1 FR. Really, those are just kind of placeholders because we weren't sure what it really needed to be. So we just need to do a little bit of math to figure out how big each of those rows should be, and then we'll use the object fit property to make the hero image fill that whole height of that space. And the object fit property is similar to the background size property that you may have used for background images, where you put background size cover and it makes the background image fill a full space, and it may crop the image, but it will maintain the image's aspect ratio and it will cover the entire area. So you can do the same thing with HTML images with the object fit property. So let's figure out how big these columns need to be, or how big the rows need to be, rather. We can do that by just measuring the size of this image, which we can actually just get from the dev tools here. So I'm going to select if I can find it, I will select the logo image. There it is. Okay. So Firefox is telling me that that image is right now 486.8 pixels high. Now, of course, the size of this changes depending on the width of the browser, but the exact size doesn't matter because we're just concerned about the proportion. So 486.6, and then I'm going to use the little ruler tool here built into the dev tools to measure how much of that space is this part. So basically, how far down in the image is that this line where we want the hero image to fall. So that is about 296 pixels. And I'll just grab my calculator here and divide 296 divided by 486.8. Okay, 60.8. So this point falls down 60.8% in the image. So this is 60.8% from the top of the image, basically. So this logo image is taking up 2 rows, and the header is taking up the first row. So if we just say those 2 rows, the total FR is going to be 1, and this first row will take up 60.608, and then the other row will take up whatever the remainder is. Then we'll have what we're going for. So 0.608 will be our first row. 0.608. And then whatever 1 minus that is, 1 minus 0.608 equals 0.392. So again, just like we were doing for the desktop FR values here, the actual numbers themselves don't matter. It's just the proportion. So like this is they total 1 basically. So this is 60.8% of that total, and this is 39.2% of that total. We could also just do 60.8 and 39.2 and get the exact same result. So it doesn't matter either way. But let's let's refresh and bring my dev tools back. Okay, and we don't see any change yet in the image, but let's look at our grid cells, and I'm going to highlight them, and we can see that now we have, as I hover over those grid cells, our first grid row is taking up exactly that amount of space that we want to take up. So that is perfect. And that even as we change the browser size, it stays the correct height. So now what we need to do is try to get this image to actually fill that space. And so we can do that with the object fit property. Now, I tried applying object fit to the picture element and it just didn't work. So we'll have to do it to the actual image itself. So class hero is the picture element. So let's select class hero image to get the image that's inside it, and we'll say object fit cover. And I found that alone doesn't work, that you have to give an element a height for the object fit to actually do anything. So I'm just going to give it a height of 100% and see if that does it. It does. Hooray. Okay, there it is. And it does get cropped because the space that this takes up is not rectangular, so but that's fine because it's just the image itself is not really too important. All right, my God, I think that's it. Again, yeah, like you want to actually do stuff like change the text sizes, and there's still plenty to do here to really get it perfect, but I'd say that's damn good. We might want to adjust the value of our breakpoints, stuff like that, but it's funny how that image jumps. But anyway, that's it. There we go. It's looking pretty good. So thanks for watching all these videos, and I hope you learned something, and see you around.